Hello, Monsters Abound here. Welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires and part 8 of my Khalida campaign. Screaming Skull Catapults, literally the best. Love them to bits. So we're attacking Pagar, and this is the last real Dune Kingdoms army that they have available. If we can defeat this, and we shouldn't have too much trouble with it, then it's pretty much, we should be able to wipe them out. It's pretty much on the cards that we should be able to take the Eternal Springs and Pagar, and then it's just a few remaining Tomb Kings to deal with. Khalida has single-handedly decided to take on an entire unit of Nehekaran horsemen. So she's doing pretty well for herself there. They've basically got no chance. However, Ushabti moving around on the right flank. They do have 3 units, the bloody things. So you've got to be a little bit careful. Our chariots don't particularly want to engage the Ushabti, but our stalkers do. Our stalkers, of course, anti-large because they've got these halberds. So if we can get the Ushabti with these guys, we should be in a good place. Chariots moving in, they're going to charge straight into these Nehekaran warriors, mow them down. Our stalkers have engaged with the Ushabti, and that's given free rein for our chariots to now deal with these infantry units and help Khalida out a little bit. Our main army is now feeling the brunt of the enemy attack. Ushabti have come crashing into our skeleton spearmen. They are going to be winning that engagement. Or not, losing decisively. That's a surprise. I didn't think they'd lose against spearmen. The flock of Jeff, all hail to Jeff, is dealing with a bunch of archers on our left flank. And a unit of Nehekaran warriors have taken on all comers, 3 units of enemy skeletons they're dealing with. While that gives time for the Necropolis Knights and Ushabti to crush this skeleton warrior unit. And once they've dealt with that, they can go and assist them. On our right flank, our stalkers have chased off the Ushabti. The Ushabti are trying to go and deal with our infantry. We're not going to let them get away. Going to give them a good old poke with the old hellbards there. The enemy seem to be able to spawn Ushabti wherever they want, and I'm not entirely sure whether that's like a defensive ability. I think it is. Victories in our grasp. Necropolis Knights moving over to deal with the skeleton archers. Our chariots chasing down some units while Khalida finishes off a unit of spearmen because she's a badass. Our chariots moving in to assist our other chariots. Going to go careering into the back of these Nehekaran warriors. They're going to very quickly start to crumble. Everywhere we look, we can see the enemy army starting to fall apart. Necropolis Knights finishing off this unit of archers. Units on the main line now starting to get surrounded and cut down. Just the centre with the enemy Tomb King is holding. But it's not going to hold for very long because here come our chariots after having finished off the enemy archers. And that unit of Nehekaran warriors, they've now got free rein to career right into the back of the enemy line. And with that, all of their army just starts to crumble. Just their Tomb King left. But he's on borrowed time. Bye-bye. That's one city down, 1 to go. There are still a couple of Tomb Kings hanging around, but we are going to occupy the city. Indeed you do, Khalida. And there is that army. What are they? The Blades of Thingy. Wood Elves and Lizard Men. Interesting combination. Got some Temple Guards, Saurus Warriors, Dryads, all pretty elite. Chameleon Skinks, Bastiliodons, Ancient State and Tree Men. Ugh. Well, that sounds awful. So we might not go for that right away. Eventually, obviously, but maybe not right away. I Maybe good to get reanimate. But could just finish off the missile damage. I'm not too bothered about... I mean, it's 2 skill points to get regeneration. Which is fine. But I mean, maybe Soul Reaper for the replenishment. Replenishment is very powerful. 20% replenishment would be very useful. Let's go for Soul Reaper. This one scours the battlefield, plain and dunes for the vanquished dead, so that his armies may march at full strength once more. Seems like a good plan. And Pagar has got... Is this Pagar? Yep. Pyramid of King Al-Qadiziyah. Al-Qadiziya's pyramid stands as eternal proof of his sacrifice to prevent Nagash's nefarious plans reaching fruition. Canopic jars generated, public order, winds of magic, income from post-battle loot. That seems nice. We should definitely get that. It seems like, I think, a lot of the strategic locations in the desert are pretty much pyramids of different old kings. Which is quite interesting. So taking the Springs of Eternal Life shouldn't be particularly difficult, because currently their armies are 2 guys standing in the desert holding each other's hands and hoping for the best. Not concerning. So Ramarenef, you've got a skill point. I wasn't particularly interested with the Hakaran spells, but apparently I might have been wrong, because you get this Restless Dead ability, which is, so each time they cast magic, they use a spell, they get 7 seconds of replenishment, which is quite nice. And I mean, this spell here, you can get it for 4 Winds of Magic cost, which is, and it's actually not bad. I mean, it gives you quite a lot of weapon damage, quite a lot of armor piercing damage. It lasts 25 seconds. It's 28 seconds to cooldown, and I think with the upgrade it's even less. So let's go for the Restless Dead. Let's do that. We still got a lot of money, and I would like, if we can wait one more turn, we can get the Grand Incantation of Tahoth and get a Casket of Souls for, I think maybe for Ibiamus, because he's our 2nd best army, so we should probably give it to him. And what I would like to do research-wise is get this, the 4th Dynasty and La Mizash of the 4th Dynasty, because he gives us unit capacity +2 for Ushabti and extra melee attack and missile damage and all that kind of stuff. And getting that would be quite nice. It does cost 200 Canopic jars though. But I would like to get more Ushabti because they are beastly. Very beastly and good, so we need more. Need more of them. We could get rid of the Regent Catacombs. Maybe build it somewhere else. Well, do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? That's the question. We could get more Snek Stalkers. They are pretty good against the Ushabti. So if the enemy have a Ushabti, these guys, the Stalkers tend to, they seem to be able to deal with those pretty bloody well. So it seems like a good option to get some of those. Let's hold off for the moment, because I would like, I mean, we're getting 2k a turn, which is huge. Doing pretty well there. Numas might fall as well. If Numas falls, then Peter Andre will have to go in there and grab it. So I think we're okay with that. Oh, we do have a commandment. Public order here is, yeah, it's not actually great. But is that just because of the conquest? Military presence is 6. We don't have a public order building here, so let's do the worship of Asaph. Just for the moment, we've got the worship of Paktar for the tax rate there. Asaph is here, but it's getting +9. It only needs... So commandment is 8. So we could actually switch this out for something else. So we could actually get maybe the... We could go for the growth maybe. Would the growth be... Okay, the growth is 94. We could go for the growth. That would... Yeah, okay, let's go for the growth there. And might be going crazy, but here as well. Here, public order is plus 13, so we can get rid of a Saf. Skaven corruption is dropping to 0. We're always going to have a little bit of corruption here. That's just something we've got to deal with. So I say let's go for growth. Let's just build everything up as quickly as possible. I think we can get rid of that. We've got 2 public order buildings. I probably just want 1, but we'll keep 2 for the moment. So did we have... There was a pyramid at Karsabar we could build, a special building. And there's a pyramid in Pagar. Ah, Numas has been destroyed. We need to move in and grab that city. I'm not sure where they're going. I think they've only got 1 town left. I mean, we definitely want to take these guys out because that'll be another Book of Nagash, which would be really, really helpful. The book, I mean, we don't need the books to win, but the bonuses they give are just incredibly powerful. So, Hatmus is back. Good old Hatmus.
More slaves! I need more!
Yes. Well, with that in mind, we're going to grab the Springs of Eternal Life over here.
They challenge me!
I think we could just auto-resolve that one. Yep, there we go. Libia Moose wins again. And we are going to occupy. We got Tormentor Sword. That's quite nice. Libia Moose has ranked up to level 10, which means we can get one of these abilities up here. So we can get Petra the Great Father, symbolising immortality and eternity. The ruler of Nehakaran Pantheon has always had care for the well-being of his children. So that's going to give us +8 leadership for Tomb Guard and Chariot units, hero recruit rank for Tomb Princes, and melee defence for Tomb Guard and Chariot unit. Well, that's quite powerful. We've got Geheb, the god of the earth. They stand staring into the sun for eternity, the physical embodiment of the everlasting gods. Terrible ye who looked upon their divine forms. Attrition -25% for all attrition, Lord's Army. Melee attack for Ushabti, great bow and normal units, and melee defense. So this is very much an Ushabti. So that'd be quite nice. But we don't have any Ushabti in this army. Then we got Usirian, the god of the underworld. Those who oppose the faceless god of the underworld shall suffer terribly, condemned to its lowest levels for eternity. Casualty replenishment rate +15. That's pretty huge. Missile damage 15% for the Casket of Souls unit, and local recruitment +2. That's, I mean, all these abilities so far very powerful. Then we got Asaf, the goddess of magic and vengeance. They who serve the Asp goddess are blessed with precise aim with which to reach their objective. Winds of magic, ambush chance, and missile damage. So what, I mean, IBMUs, what are you like? What is your thing? I mean, I would like to get Lamizash. And maybe we go for, I mean, because if he has the same skills as a normal lord, he has the special, he's got a special lord trait, but I think he's probably got the same skill set as a normal lord. So we get the Ushabti, the Geb ability. That will really have very powerful Ushab. But then what do we want to do here? I mean, I kind of see Ibiamus as sort of, I mean, he was our police mummy, wasn't he? He went around dealing with all of the rowdy skeletons at the start. So maybe we want to buff up his Tomb Guard and Chariot units, make them beefy. I quite like that. Let's go for Petra, the Great Father. Let's do that. So there we go. Done. Decision made. He only has one unit of Tomb Guard, but they now have 68 melee defense. Holy shit! Seriously? Though, I mean, that's almost as good as like Iron Breakers. They don't have the same armor, but still, holy gee. Okay, well, fine, good.
Obey me.
Now, Qatar and King Peter Andre. We could head for Numas, but that Beastman army is probably still going to be around. But maybe we can we lure it into a fight? Maybe. If we just plonk ourselves over here, hello.
Rises from the sands. Your king.
Well, let's see if we can. Because if that army comes and heads for Qatar, we can at least head it off. Looks like Cetra. We've met Cetra.
I rule everything.
Power is everything. Only likes the desert.
Approach the great king of Nehekara.
What?
I may be merciful.
Thank you, Cetra. What about a trade agreement?
I am done.
No? Okay. What about a non-aggression? I mean, yeah. Let's go for non-aggression. I should have got some money for that, and I didn't do that. That was silly. Trade agreement. They want some money. Sure. And then how about military access? And how about some money? A little bit less money? Bit more money? Maybe say 500? There we go. See? There we go. That's not too bad. There we go. That's pretty good. So we've got a lot of money, which is nice. Oh, now. Where is... Down here, isn't he? There he is. There he... Okay.
The greatest artist.
Now, I kind of want you to... Alright, a tip. You're going to grab the next rank of Purple Sun, because that was pretty good in the last battle. So grab that. Hatmus, you have to do something, anything. Just even just joining an army would be good. Just to up, just to get so we can build the great incantation of Petra. I'd quite like that, because if we can use that to settle Numas, that'll be pretty huge. Pagar, we could go to the next rank of Pagar. So we got Pyramid of King Katep in Karsabar, the Pyramid of King Al-Qadiziyah in Pagar. They both, I think they both cost quite a lot, don't they? Yeah, so they're both 14.5k, which we don't have at the moment, but we are making quite a lot of money. Can we? I mean, I'd really like some armor potentially. Can we build anything? We can get the armor of ages. That's armor, melee defense, and physical resist. That'd be quite nice. If we could get some spices, we could build the armor of eternity. That gives regeneration, which would be nice. Which would be really nice. Scorpion armor. Oh, that. Jeez. So as long as you have hit points greater than 50%, you have 22% damage resistance. Plus physical resistance. That's... Where's spices? There's spices there. We could do that. Oh, let's do that. I just need more... I need more jars is what I need more canopic... I need more organs. So the Dune Kingdoms have run out of territory. We've taken their last settlement. They are now taking attrition. They will probably come back and attack me, because the AI tends to lose its mind when it's lost its settlements and just attack the nearest thing it can. So it'll probably attack me, but I'm okay with that. We've got to send our prince up to have a look at the Black Pyramid of Nagash. They've got 2 armies there, plus I imagine quite a hefty garrison. And they've got a Pyramid of Nagash charge. The first of Nagash's great and powerful edifices, even millennia later, is still surrounded by fell magic. Oh, haunting. So I'd like to take that as... Is that just a province on its own? Yeah, it's just a province on its own. I would like to take that, though. Okay, I'm going to skip. See what I want to see what Cetra does. Because if he takes Numas, that might mean we have to eventually go to war with him. If he doesn't, though, we might be able to find some common ground. He's taken Numas. Well, we don't need to immediately attack. In fact, what have I not done this yet? I thought I'd done it. Let's go set this to fastest. 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 So they're currently raiding our territory. I'm not quite sure why. We've got negative growth in Karag Orud. Populous one of your settlements is gradually vanishing. The Skaven. Well, apparently there is Skaven. I mean, there's Skaven corruption here anyway, so that's not a massive surprise, I guess. And more raiding.
High Queen Khalida.
Khalida, just go and run these guys down, would you? Just finish them off for me.
Sacrifice them to Asaf.
Yeah, I think we can just.
Asaf is beloved. Strike at them.
I think we can just finish these guys off.
More secrets reveal themselves.
And the Dune Kingdoms are dead.
Gracious host, how can I make you comfortable? I forget mortal pleasures.
Well, he seems quite friendly, doesn't he? That's nice. He doesn't. He hasn't. Who is to the west of him then? Well, I mean, I guess we could get a trade agreement with him. Do I want one though, or do I want to kill him? The Black Tower of Aachen is the capital of that, so it could be good to have the followers of Nagash. So they're over here, so that's Aachen the Black. And the Pools of Despair are owned by the Strigos Empire. Huh. Okay, well they've taken Numas, so there's not much I can do about that. So I think King Peter Andre, you're going to head back to Qatar. And IBM. Do we want to? Is it a bit brave to move on the pyramid, the Black Pyramid of Nagash? Is that a bit previous, do we think? So they currently have.
Find my harem. Attend your king, slaves.
So the Rakap dynasty currently have 3 armies. I mean, currently our borders are fairly secure. We've got 2. Well, the only problem is, I mean, maybe we could take on. If, you know what? I might. I mean, taking the Black Pyramid of Nagash would probably do it. Success. Nice work.
Address me as your highness.
So they've got Ushabti with great bows,
King of Nehekara.
skeletal horse archers.
Immortality and
I mean, it would be
Asaf's
tricky to take that settlement. Maybe we need to build up a little bit. We've got 8 more turns until we can recruit another Tomb King, another army. And when we do that, it might be a good idea to get the Great Incantation of Tahoth then, because we'll get a Lord Recruit rank and unit experience for all units they recruit, plus a Casket of Souls. So that would be quite nice. With that in mind, I think what I want to do is get a Royal Barracks. Do that. Growth here is good. Do I want more? Do I want more chariots? I kind of got a lot of chariots. I think can I recruit more chariots? Yes. In fact, I can recruit a whole... I can get skeleton horsemen, skeleton horse archers. I don't have any of those. What about... Right, archer chariots, I can't get him. I would like another screaming skull catapult, but we will get another one of those with that. But maybe I want to look at expand. I mean, the lizard men down here, that's a lot of territory. It would be easy to expand into. Maybe I want to do that. I mean, I could orb the Black Pyramid. It's kind of, I'm just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could be a good option. I might need to lure that army out potentially. Well, I could lay siege to the city. I could destroy one of the armies. And then that would leave me 2 on 1. And they don't have any other settlement. So I could... I think that's what I want to do. I think that is what I want to do. Okay, well let's go. I mean, we could get a Necro Serpent. A reward for the utter dedication to the warrior queen. Every swipe of its sandstone tail can carve through mortal flesh. That sounds amazing. We're totally going to get a Necro Serpent. Oh, look at that. She's basically surfing on a snake. That is so badass.
Address me as your highness.
Okay, so with the fact that we are going to do a bit of a siege battle, it might be a good shout to get more sort of strong infantry. So we could get another couple of Nakaran warriors. So maybe we want to do that. Let's get rid of these skeleton spears. Get some more, because they'll be good on the walls.
The goddess wills it.
So this is what we're going to... We are going...
My will be done.
We're going to attack. And it would be nice to have that... It would be nice to have the Casket of Souls in there, because that would do horrendous damage to the defences. Okay, well, the Prince has got a skill point. I think we want to go for... We could go for Canopic Jars. Let's just go for assault units, because that will come in useful. We can assault those units, do some damage to them. I think once I've taken the Pyramid of Nagash, what I'll probably do is secure my borders with King Peter Andre, and then move Khalida and Ibiamus down to deal with the lizard men. You want a peace treaty. You are at war with me and only me. Well, what about you give me some money for it? Okay. We also need to do Khalida's staff for Staffy McSnekface. It only costs 357 to do that. So, on the other hand, do I want... there's that. There's that guy.
What?
Okay, well let's move into the Pyramid of Nagash territory. We'll do a little bit of light raiding while we're here. May as well. There's no harm in that. I mean, not to us anyway.
I keep my own counsel.
Let's assault those units. Success. It does. It's done quite a lot of damage. Plus, he ranks up. So let's get. I'd like, you know what? Get me some Canopic Jars. And Hatmus, you can also get some Canopic. So that means we're getting 2 jars a turn. Whore. I won't know. Oh, I'll be rolling in jars. I won't know what to do with myself. So many jars. Growth here is 127 a turn. 8 more turns, and we can then upgrade to the level 4 city for Lahamir. That will then allow us to get some Ushabti with great bows, which would be quite nice, and we can also have another Ushabti, which would be good. I need to deal with this. Can I... Right, you. How about you give me some money? Alright, peace treaty. Payment. Just give me 600. Right, off you go. Go and play in the traffic. Go and deal with... Go and just annoy someone else. Do I want... I mean, I could potentially do the Venom Staff, couldn't I? I don't know what I'll be facing. But...
High Queen Khalida.
Khalida's army is pretty good.
Liberus shall rise again. What?
So could we potentially do that?
Shall rise again. Undead march.
I mean, I would like the staff, so maybe we want to do this now. Because IB Moose's army will take a turn more to do, and then I think I might want to wait until we get the we can do the ritual of Tahoth. So let's get Khalida's staff.
Since time out of mind, the vampire thralls of my warped cousin have blighted Nahekara. Today, we burn out that blight. Hear me, O Asaf! This slaughter I offer in your name. May your venom flow in the sacred staff, that I may shatter your adversaries for all eternity.
So here is the quest battle for Khalida to get Staffy McSnekface, or the Venom Staff as it's called. And so far the enemy army is just 4 units of Black Knights and a vampire. It's not really that threatening. But reinforcements have arrived, and it is a whole bunch of zombies, which is again not particularly threatening, and a corpse cart. So far so good. We have a nice little choke point here. We are defending a river crossing. Very nice. So we're moving our spearmen up to block the way through. We've only got 3 units of spearmen, so we are having to use a unit of Tomb Guard. I'm sure they'll do fine though. They do have very high defense, good armor. So it looks like all of the Black Knights are moving around to my left flank, their right flank. Archers are going to start opening fire. These guys are shielded, so they're not going to take an awful lot of damage from that. Their charge is not overly impressive as they stop just meters away from the skeletons and then slowly walk into them. Our stalkers open fire with their poison blast. Khalida goes charging straight in to try and deal with that vampire. You know how much she hates the vampires and their strange little round heads. More knights charging in. They've cast the Invocation of the Heck, so that's healing them up. But they are losing horrendous amounts of damage. In comes a Son of Xerxes. Is it Son of Xerxes? I think it's a Son of Xerxes. Fire poop. These knights taking horrendous damage already. A large clump of dead ones there from the purple sun. Khalida's getting stuck in. The zombies still pretty far away, so not a massive concern there. So the Black Knight's trying to charge in again, but it's not doing very much damage, is it, guys? So several of the Black Knight units have collapsed. Just Khalida versus the vampire, really. and he's getting shot full of arrows at the same time. Khalida's not even paying him any attention. He's trying an invocation of the Heck and Van Hell's Dance Macabre. He's doing everything he can. He's pulling out all the stops, but I don't think it's going to do him much good. Stalker's moving in to finish off the Black Knights. Now it looks like the Zombies are moving into range. The Screaming Skull Catapult opening fire on them. This is very Game of Thrones, isn't it? Except obviously it's not icy, it's more deserty, which is sort of the opposite of Game of Thrones. But they're still Zombies. So a lot of Zombies heading over to the right flank. The enemy vampire count has gone down. I mean, this is a perfect position for a good old Son of Xerxes, really. And nice and grouped up like this, it's a perfect opportunity for the Screaming Skull Catapult to rack up some kills. Look at all these Zombies, look at them go. A purple sun there, that's going out, that is looking pretty good. Hard tip racking up the kills, 188, 199. Look at that, it's just hoovering up those Zombies. Doing some very good damage. But enemy force reinforcements are arriving on the battlefield. 3 units of direwolves and a Vargulf from our side of the river. Fortunately, I considered this might be a possibility, so our chariots and Necropolis Knights, along with our stalkers, are moving on, or moving in, to intercept. While that's happening, we've got some Zombies on our left flank as well. Shouldn't be particularly difficult to deal with, they are just Zombies after all. Khalida goes charging right in because, you know, she's a boss. There's a Poison Blast going on, and that has racked up. I mean, I don't think the Poison Blast actually counts as Khalida's kills, because she would have racked up a number of kills from doing that, and she doesn't seem to have them. Chariots moving in, they're going to deal with the Dire Wolves, where my Necropolis Knights and Stalkers go and finish off the Vargulf. Already, direwolves not having. Direwolves are very. Actually, they're basically only good for chasing down units. They are very good for chasing down units, but I wouldn't send them to engage anything that would fight back. The Zombies that have managed to reach our lines are not lasting very long, to be honest. They seem to be not. Yeah, they're crumbling basically. Just the corpse cart, large trail of Zombie dead. And the Khalida has managed to wipe out all the Zombies on that side as well. And it looks like the Dire Wolves are going to go down. The Stalkers finishing them off on that side. And over here, the Vargulf is getting its head kicked in by Ushabti, Necropolis Knights and Chariots. However, at this point I get the message that the bulk of the vampire forces have arrived. And I thought I'd already been fighting them, but apparently here they come. Skeleton warriors, Graveguard with great weapons, led by another vampire lord. Not particularly threatening, to be honest. I mean, it's just a bunch of skeletons, and we have the choke point. We finished off the Vargulf and the Dire Wolves. It wasn't particularly tricky. There's a corpse cart here with a lodestone that is apparently not dying. So we're going to get our chariots and stalkers in to assist with that. So far so good. So we're looking at about 16 units coming in, but mostly skeletons. They do have a couple of Graveguard, but nothing really to worry about there. That should be, if anything, fun to deal with, because we can bog them up in another choke point, drop some purple sun on them, get the Screaming Skull Catapult in to fire on them. That's up to 113 kills already. Pretty good. Skeleton Archers racket. Look, 259 kills, 163. Skeleton Archers, jeez. Only 19 and 16 on this side though. Little bit disappointing. Stalker's just going to go and finish off this corpse cart so we can move our units into position to ready ourselves for the incoming skeleton horde. We've barely lost any units. We haven't even hit the first realm of Souls tier. Haven't even lost 100 of our units so far. So far we're doing pretty well. More reinforcements entering the fray. This time it's a unit of Vargeist and 2 units of Fellbats. A little bit more awkward because obviously we only have 1 unit of flyers, and that's the flock of Jeff. All hail to Jeff. So we're going to move our little sort of cavalry force over to help deal with them. We might not be able to actually engage them, but we can at least be ready for if they do charge into the rear of our archers. Some units of skeletons already approaching our line. The flock of Jeff has engaged in an aerial battle above our battle. Look at that! It's like Independence Day when all the fighters are doing their stuff, except obviously not quite so sort of, you know, animated. We're going to target our archers to try and deal with the Vargeist because they're the main threat. If we can deal with those, we should be pretty good. However, what I haven't noticed is this unit of Fellbats has managed to get away. At first it looks like it's going to go for our Lord, for Hardtip, and indeed it does they do sort of flap around Hardtip and sort of do some damage to him. Purple Sun coming out, that is going to go, oh look at that, that's tasty. Delicious purple flavour. And a barrage. I mean, so far the skeleton force not looking great. They're looking pretty beat up, plus our archers are now firing on them. That's not great for them. Next the bats try and go in for the skeleton archers. I'm not quite sure what their plan is really. The flock of Jeff have pretty much dealt with the Vargeist. Well, they've pinned them in place while the archers dealt with them. So now Khalida is dealing with all these skeletons. There's a lot of skeletons here. But Khalida is not afraid. 94 kills so far. The flock of Jeff, all hail to Jeff, is dealing with these Fellbats. The Fellbats are crumbling. And then the flock of Jeff is going to come careering into the rear of the skeleton line. That is going to give them a nasty morale shock, and they're going to start crumbling.
The queen moves.
In they come. However, what I haven't noticed is the bats are currently eating my skeleton artillery crew, which is that's not great. I haven't even noticed that yet. The battle's going pretty bloody well otherwise though. These skeletons are no contest. The Vampire Lord's a bit of a threat, but currently he doesn't want to fight the battle. He's hiding around in the back, sneaking around like a coward. The enemy army is crumbling, and that just about saves our artillery crew, who end up with 250 health, although they are crumbling themselves. It's looking a little bit close, isn't it? The battle is almost over. The Vampire Lord is dead, and the artillery crew survived the battle with 88 health points remaining. If the battle had lasted a couple more seconds, we would have lost our catapult. Don't you just love choke point battles? I know I do. I can't... Well, I mean, do we need the replenishment? I mean, my Screaming Skull catapult literally only just survived. That was bloody close, but it did survive. Do I want to harvest their organs? I don't feel like I need the cash. But canopic jars we do need.
Them like wheat.
Let's take the jars.
More secrets reveal
And High Queen Khalida is a confident defender. So we've got Staffy McSnekface, armor piercing damage, enables magical attacks untainted, +5, and the Venom Staff, which is a ranged magic missile attack, sort of like Scarstick's Prodder, I imagine. So that's nice. We got that. And we've also got the Eyes of the Desert, lying in wait, biding their time. The desert sees all, nothing escapes. And High Queen Khalida is an executioner as well. Isn't she doing well for herself? That's very nice. She's also got another skill point. She's level 20 now. I mean, I would like to go down the line to make her a bit... I mean, she's already quite impressive in combat. But do I maybe want to give... I mean, the Necropolis... Not, I mean, what's... Okay, so that's melee attack for... So if we go for Dune Rider, because that gives armour, melee attack and physical resistance to Necropolis Knights and Stalkers. So let's go for Reanimate and Dune Rider. So that's only when they're rank 7. So our Necropolis Knights get the buff. So they've got 56 attack. And they've also got 5% physical resistance. The Stalkers don't get it yet, but rank them up a little bit. And that will very much... They will get that one, and we could get the Eyes of the Desert. It would mean dropping another unit. Do I want to? I could. I kind of feel like the Flock of Jeff is really useful because it does mean you can get those like artillery units and stuff. You can just fly overhead, pin them down, deal with them. Ushabti, very good for backing up the melee line. So do I want... I mean, I kind of feel like the melee line is pretty good as it is. 2 units of chariots feels like enough. So do I maybe want to give the Stalkers to another army rather than this one? Because we've already got a actually really nicely rounded army. I mean, I would like to upgrade all these to Tomb Guard, but that's, you know, it's nice to have, but it's not required. So maybe I want to do that. Maybe I want to... If I get rid of one of these carrion, maybe.
Greatness comes.
And get the Eyes of the Desert in there. I think that's what I want to do. I'm not 100% sure if that's the right decision, but that's what I'm going to do. Unfortunately, we are running out of time. So next time, I think we'll be looking at grabbing the Black Pyramid of Nagash. If we can capture that, then we might even look at taking on this wandering army here and getting the next book of Nagash, which would be the first book, which is Hero Capacity +1 for all heroes, which would be very nice. And Hero Action Cost -50%, Hero Action Success Chance +10%. So that would be nice. And then potentially looking at dealing with the Lizardmen down here, because that's a lot of territory that would be very easy to defend. So that, I think, is the plan. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.